Who the hell am I and who the hell is he?
And what on earth is going on with Car Throttle?
Probably time we explained. So why haven't we done this video before, Matt?
Yeah, well, we did speak about it, didn't we? I think originally we thought, let's just make the new content, crack on. We obviously made a reference to sort of the changes in the first video, but you know, not everyone's seen that, and so people were jumping in halfway through, and I think we just want a bit more detail and understanding on sort of why everything has changed so damn much. So.
And who these two weird blokes are with questionable tashes on Car Throttle. So,
why are we sitting here? This is
I mean, why wouldn't you sit here?
This was your idea. This is extremely the roll hoop. Funny enough, the roll hoop of an NCMX5
is not the most comfortable.
Not very comfortable.
I thought we'd change up the shot a bit, but it turns out it's a bit uncomfortable. Anyway, never mind.
A potted history of Car Throttle because, like I say, it's been through a lot of changes over the years. This isn't the first time stuff has changed. So it all goes back to 2009. A chap called Adnan Ibrahim, my first boss at Car Throttle, started as a car website and a car blog, I guess. They moved on to doing YouTube, I think in about sort of 2011 or thereabouts. Kind of grew from there. It was around about that time that Ethan joined. Ethan actually predates Alex Kirsten, which a lot of people don't realise. Yeah, he was one of the real OGs. And then it was around about sort of 2012, 2013 that Alex Kirsten joined. And it was in 2013 as well that then I joined and a load of other people joined, because that was sort of when Car Throttle got a lot of investment through. That meant they could like grow the we were sort of focusing on building the website, building YouTube, building the social stuff, because we were really sort of first at doing a lot of that stuff. Like we were the first to have like a really big sort of motoring car, Facebook car page. Yeah, and then I think it's around 2015, 2016, that's when Edwin and Will, who you'll have seen on other YouTube stuff, they joined. And it was around then we were trying this sort of community platform thing, a bit like what Drive Tribe would later do, but yeah, it didn't work for us either. Business pivoted. We sort of put more focus on YouTube, maybe a bit less on the website. We were bought in 2019 by Dennis Publishing, which became Autovia. And I think we all thought it was going to be this sort of exciting new era. There was going to be loads of investment, that kind of stuff, but never really happened. I think COVID didn't help. Yeah, then it was in 2022 that, of course, Alex Kirsten left. And then we were sort of left sort of rebuilding YouTube, trying to think, okay, what is it now? Okay, then it was restorations. This is what we're going to do.
With Ethan and Jack.
Jack and Edwin. And then we were sort of trying to work out, what is YouTube going to be now with that Alex, and they're sort of, trying out different things, I guess a bit like what we are doing now. And then in 2023, Car Throttle was bought again by Crash Media, which is the current owners, and then I was kind of brought back on board.
So Crash Media came along, started the restoration stuff out with Jack, Edwin and Ethan.
Yeah, we had the Golf, that was a really cool series, had the 924. The problem is with the restoration content, it is awesome. Obviously, I watched that stuff religiously. I would sort of sit down and binge all of our resto content because I thought it was awesome, but it's very complicated to do. It takes a long time to film. And unfortunately, sort of with the kind of media landscape we're in, you've kind of got to think carefully about sort of how difficult things are to do, how much they cost, and sometimes the order comes from whoever owns you that this isn't, we've got to do something else. The guys, I don't want to put words in their mouths because obviously they've done their own stuff saying, here's why we left, but I guess once you're being asked, you've got to change things up. When if you look at Car Throttle, stuff has had to change up quite a lot. There comes a point where you just say, this is a good time for me to go and do my own thing. Budgets get cut, that's the reality of the modern media landscape. You see it at kind of all other publications. It's, sometimes you just got to adapt.
Yeah, so one option when the video team left Car Throttle was to stop YouTube altogether and do no more videos, but that would have been a shame because it's been amazing for years and we wanted to keep it going. So that's why we're here, that's why we're trying new stuff, and we're having a lot of fun with it. So we want to keep doing it as much as we can.
So then it kind of fell to me to do something new with the YouTube channel. So I thought, all right, who's going to be the face of this? And I thought, I know a guy, his name's Alex.
Yeah, perfect. I've got an MX-5.
He lifts weights, he's got an MX-5.
Not particularly tall.
Gave you a call. We're going to try something different. And here we are.
Yeah. So another question people are probably asking, Matt, is who the friggin' hell are we?
Yeah, well, you start. Who is Alex Gassman?
I started go-karts when I was like 8 years old, racing club-level go-karts around the country. Moving up to racing real cars when I was like 15, raced for a few years in the Toyota MR2 Championship, won it for a couple of years in a row, thank you very much. Ran out of money. Same old motorsport stuff, sorry. So ever since then, I've not really been racing so much, but I've just been driving on track, doing a lot of track instruction, both for like private customers and also for like big corporate driving days and experiences.
Often at Bedford, actually, so that
means that when you're driving really badly around Bedford, I'm well placed to give you a few tips and tell you to stop driving like an idiot.
That's probably a good point to stop, isn't it? We chose the wettest day of the year, it seems, to film this, and this is like the only show. I'm getting a bit wet.
My first introduction to working with Car Throttle was actually way back when the OG Alex did like an M3 Generations video. It had an E30, E36, E46, E92, and the F80. And I knew someone who knew Alex, and I got told Alex was looking for an E36 that video, and I had and still have an E36 M3. So I brought it along for the day. Met Alex, met the team, met Adnan, and we had a little, it was long cross test track we were using.
Long cross, yeah.
Yeah, and they wanted to do some passing shots for the cars, and I said, well, do you want me to drive one, do a few skids? So somewhere in the Car Throttle archive, there is a shot of me and my Pride and Joy E36 going full opposite lock about this far from the trees on its door handles, like tyres rubbing on the arches. And then also did a video like power sliding and drifting and M2 with Alex, And then, didn't have much involvement with you guys for years, but always watched the channel, always loved all the videos that came out, and then got a call from you a few months ago. Oh mate, thought you did a bit of driving, bit of filming. I went, why not? Sounds good. So that's me. You?
I kind of did bits and pieces of like motoring writing, sort of, going back like kind of 14, 15 years. I joined Car Throttle full time so I freelanced for them for a bit, joined them in 2013. As I say, it was super early days. I think when I went in for I had like a test day where I sort of came in and like wrote some stuff, and I seem to remember it was Adnan, it was Alex, and it was Ethan. And I think that was it. That was the company. It was in like a place called White Bay Yard. It was called like a startup incubator, I think you call it. So 2013, I was kind of working under Alex, who was then editor. So it was mainly on the website. I think people forget that Car Throttle does have a website, and actually it's a huge part of the business. It's one of the biggest car websites sort of based in the UK. I think 2022, off to Auto Express. But actually that was a great kind of part of my career. I spent about a year and a half there, sort of, doing something a bit kind of like more, for a print title and weekly deadlines. It was all a bit different. But then, when Car Throttle was bought again, new company owner called me up and said, do you want to come over and join and run that, but also run Visor Down, which is motorbikes, and I do ride motorbikes. So yeah, perfect job for me. I think what I'm trying to say by that is this is a company which has changed a lot over the years. It's just the nature of that kind of business. So this isn't the kind of only time things have moved around and changed a bit. So I guess the other question is, why is it different? I mean, obviously, restorations we, explain aren't really going to work for us. And I guess we could go out and buy some cars. That is an option. We may still do that, but I think we have to put our own spin on it. And for the time being, we didn't want to just sort of do the stuff that the previous guys were doing and just kind of replicate it. Because I don't think you want to see that. You want to see us be true to ourselves. And
all of the cheap car challenges, the car restorations, that was unique. But those guys who did it, they all did it so well, and they're still doing it, and you can still go and watch that stuff on their channel. So we kind of felt like, almost to respect the help that they've given to build the brand, we didn't want to try and copy those things and do a really bad job of it, because we probably wouldn't do as good a job of buying really crap cars and then finding out they're full of rust and then poking them with screwdrivers and then selling them or scrapping them, as those guys would. But I think that's not to say that if you guys don't want to see some more content that was similar to what has gone in the past, we wouldn't be against doing it. We just thought we're not going to try and copy those guys straight away. It's time to try some other stuff, try some track driving, try some more car review type stuff, see what works.
So what we got coming up? So more track stuff. We've got 2 more track videos coming out, and we've got something on this, which is a Volkswagen XL1, like a really weird Volkswagen's kind of car of the future that never happened.
Economical.
Yeah, very economical.
Sips a little bit of fuel, doesn't it?
You'll have already seen Z1 last week. We're planning more kind of videos on like icons like that.
So you might have also seen the kind of Your Rides video that came out the other week, kind of harking back to some of the old Readers Rides videos that Car Throttle used to do. So we had a cool one last week with Jason Fong, cool guy, cool cars. Going to try and do a few more of those. Yeah, just trying to come up with a bit more of a variety of content. But if there's anything in particular you guys want to see, then we're all in. So drop a comment.
We've also got a new sort of car history series that's a bit like what, I don't know if any of you remember, but Edward used to do these videos that are on Car Throttle Extra, where he'd like talk about a particular subject. So it's a bit like that, but it's kind of shot in a studio. So it's a bit different. I know obviously a lot of what we've done is a bit different, but that's a bit different again. So that's coming up. We're quite excited about that.
Before we go, we thought we would just say that some of the comments we've had have been spectacular.
Yes.
And there are a few that stuck out to us, as much as we could bring ourselves to read them, which I haven't been able to read many for quite a long time.
I have to say that they're sort of, on the whole, they're nice.
Better,
On the whole, they're nice.
But there were a few particularly like creative insults that we just thought we'd better read out because we couldn't help but laugh. So, Matt, have you got one?
I have. I mean, it's just the thing, if you're going to be mean, make it creative. Like, for example, I'd rather have a bath with my nan than watch these two. Would you though? I've had enough of broccoli hair already. Is that where you got your hair cut? Was that?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, broccoli head. I actually quite like that one. I was doing my best to maintain the vegetable-based Barnet from now on. And my ultimate personal favourite comment was someone said, these two new presenters look like Ethan's got a bit better looking. Me. It must be me. Must be me.
Must be you.
And it looks like Jack's done a crap load of meth.
Come on, why are you assuming that I'm the meth head? So, all jokes aside, you know, we're just two car guys who want to make cool, fun car content. So, you know, please try and be nice in the comments.
Try, yeah. Although, I have just seen another one.
Oh, what have they said now?
No, you don't want to know.
I'm sure
be nice.
I'm sure it's fine.